Hey guys, welcome back, and say hello to my new game that I'm going to be playing for a little while, up until Demonologist gets a few more updates. This is Shadows of Doubt. It's fantastic, really, really great. Loving it. It's got everything that I've enjoyed in past games all rolled into one. I'll go into more about why I love it so much as we play the game, but I just want you to know that this game is really, really deep. In the last week, we've had a couple of AAA games come out. We've had Redfall, and we've had Jedi Survivor, and their ratings on Metacritic and all these other review websites are plummeting fast. This is an indie game, and it has far more depth than those two games put together. This game is really, really fun. I highly recommend it, and hopefully by watching me play, you'll get a better understanding of why that is. So what I've done here in the game is, it started me off in sandbox mode in my apartment. You saw that earlier on. I've left the apartment in order to get a job. Remember, I'm a private investigator, a PI. So here I'm looking at the job list. You get jobs by looking at job boards that are by telephones. I'm going through them, just trying to pick the job I want to take. This isn't the only way you get jobs. Whenever murders occur in the city, you get little pop-ups telling you that something's happened and go to this location to start investigating. So these jobs are mostly, people wanting you to do naughty things or investigate something that's been stolen, that kind of nonsense. So here I take one to do with a company that wants some help. And it mentioned you need to talk to the staff, which is what I'm doing here. So this game world is procedural. It's never the same. Every time you start a new game, it generates the city from scratch, and you can go everywhere in this city. You can go in all the buildings, you can go in all the apartments. The city's made up of massive high-rises, and you can go in all of it. Most of them are people's apartments, and during your investigations you'll have to find ways to enter these apartments, either legally or illegally. And you can go anywhere. So here's a map. I'm using a medium-sized city here, so it can be larger, but so this is 3 square blocks. I think that's how Americans call it. But it can go larger. So the arrow is pointing me at where I've got to find a suitcase that should be hidden somewhere. So here's me looking for the suitcase. The only clue I was given was the street name and a photograph of where it was placed. And I found it. So here, what I'm going to do is pick it up and have a look, see what's inside. Job information updated. Locate and steal an envelope. So this is the, I guess the investigation board. This is where you pin all your information, and it should help you to complete the job. So quick pause here. As you can see, they haven't given us much information. They've only told us the company we need to steal from and that we're looking for an envelope. They haven't told us who's got it. Nothing. So what I do is I select the company and click on the run button. What the run button does is on the map highlights where this company are based, where the address is. So I'm following the arrow all the way to the address. So as you can see, there's a lot going on in the world. All these people walking around are entities you can interact with. They have names, they have jobs. And there's a chance that at some point in the future you'll have an investigation to do on any of these people. They all have houses, homes, unless they're homeless. As you can see, it's better to take the elevator because some of the buildings are very large with a lot of floors. So here I am. I'm at the location of this company who I'm supposed to steal from. Portfolio Corporation. Now I've got a problem. They've got security cameras. So if I was to break in, I run a risk of being spotted and caught by the police. So what I decide to do is take out the cameras in the hallway first. If I want to get in this front door, I'm going to have to get rid of the cameras that are in the hallway. So you can lockpick these special grey boxes that are linked to the cameras. Now you hear that beeping? Yep, I've been spotted. I was spotted with the lockpick and someone's seen me and they've decided to attack me. How rude. So I don't have any weapons at the moment. I've got no weapons at all, so I go for a run. Try and get around the corners. Maybe the guy won't chase me. Seems a little bit rude that just for lockpicking a box, someone pulls out a gun and starts shooting at you, but there he goes. He gave up. So I'm just going to stand around the corner and hide. In the top left, you can see that I'm being pursued. You can see that if I was to get caught, they would fine me 100 crows, I think they call it. That's the money. And I've now got a broken leg, so obviously the guy shot me in the leg. So now I'm walking extremely slowly. Not a good start to the mission, if I'm honest. So what I'm going to have to do is make my way out and try and find a pharmacy in order to fix my broken leg, because there's no way I'm going to be able to do this mission moving so slowly. So let's go find a pharmacy. And only a couple of minutes later I managed to find a vending machine that sells bandages and splints. A splint in order to heal the broken leg. There we go, broken leg's fixed. I think you get 2 uses of the splint, so that's why I was still holding it. Up we go. Back to the company that I was trying to break into. There's blood splatter on the floor where the guy shot me. So I'm going to need to be careful that people don't see me. So the best thing to do, if you can, is turn a light off. If the light is off, people can't see you as well. So because I'd already picklocked it, I was able to turn the cameras off. For some reason, the guy that came down the stairs is staring at me, so... Anyway, he's carried on. So now I can try and break into this building, but there's still cameras inside it. As you can see, they're on and moving, so I need to be careful. I picklock the door. I turn off the light. If you have the light off, cameras aren't meant to see you. But what I didn't realise, or what I forgot, was that my torch was on. If your torch is on, they can see you. I think I decided to turn the light on again. The only reason being I wanted to see what the rooms looked like. If the lights are off, it's pitch black. I just wanted to see what was in front of me, what doors I had available, what rooms. This one has a keypad and I don't have a pass for it, so I'm a little bit stuck. I check if it's locked. It is locked. I'm now underneath a camera. If I move anywhere, it's going to see me. But again, I just wanted to understand what the room looked like. Now, if a camera sees you, it's not the end of the world. You've got a couple of seconds to get out of its sight. So I switched the light off, so now it can't see me at all. But it's very dark, as you can see. So I noticed there was a computer on the far side of the room, so what I've done is sneak up to it and turn it on. Now, I don't have any passwords for the computer at the moment, so I'm a little bit stuck. I've turned the torch on in order to see if there's anything on the desk that would help me to log into the computer. You'll be amazed at the amount of times they leave the password written on a note somewhere. Just like there, looking in the door, I found a note. Sorry, in a drawer, I found a note. It says that there's a passcode for this computer. So I pin it. It's a note. I pin it to my evidence. That will help me. And I have a look in the other drawers in case there's anything useful. So now that I have that passcode, I try it on the door. I think I got the password wrong. It wasn't 5362, it's 5360. And it worked. Again, there's cameras in here, so I'm keeping my torch off. There's a computer in here as well. And really, I just wanted to have a look and see what was in here. Now, I noticed there's a safe. Safes can use the same codes as doors, so yeah, turns out it used the same one. There's just a useless piece of paper, I don't need that. There's a sync disk upgrade. Maybe I'll talk about sync disks later. Sync disks are basically how you level up your character, give him more abilities or better abilities. You install sync disks in your body, whatever that means. Gives you new abilities. I'm finding some money, so I'm going to steal all of that. Again, although I'm a private detective, it doesn't mean that I'm the law. In some ways, I'm actually a glorified thief. So I use the keypad again to go into another room. As with all the other rooms, this one has a lot of cameras in every corner. So I'm kind of struggling to see what's happening. I need to put my torch on in order to see anything at all. As you can tell, every time I turn my torch on, one of the cameras beeps at me and I have to switch it off or else I risk getting caught. So what I'm looking for is an envelope. I've been told that somewhere in this building, this office, should be an envelope that my client wants. So I'm checking every drawer that I can find in order to locate it. So anyway, a few minutes later, after checking that big room, I came back into the small room that I was in before because I hadn't found anything. And I noticed that there was another set of drawers in the corner of this room. And inside I find a secret envelope, which I pin as evidence to my worksheets. And now decide to get out. This must be the envelope, so I run out as fast as I can, keep all the lights off so no cameras see me. And that is the job almost done. So looking at my evidence sheet, I find out I need to go to Vaish street. So I've set my marker to that location and I'm heading there. I'm not 100% sure where I'm supposed to leave it. It said I was to leave it on some sort of a park bench. So hopefully when we get there it'll be somewhere obvious. Again, this is all procedurally generated. It's very clever. It's different every time. There's what looks like a park bench. So I go into my inventory, I pick up the document, and I drop it. It's actually gone under the park bench. You can just see it there, but that doesn't matter. It's told me to call a phone number, so let's find the nearest phone. Go to the map. Have a look. Bars tend to have phones, so there's a bar just around the corner. We'll go use a phone, but then I spot a red box telephone nearby. So the phone number to dial is in the top right hand corner. They seem happy. And they tell me I'll have the money soon. So that's first job complete. Quite simple, not too difficult, except for that guy shooting me right at the beginning. Now this game's an RPG. It's got some RPG elements to it, including maintaining your hunger levels and thirst levels. So bars aren't just locations, they actually serve a purpose. They sell food, they sell drink. They're good places to come. Also, your character gets cold when he's outside for too long in that snow. He gets cold, and one of the ways you can warm yourself up is either staying inside of buildings or by buying hot coffee or hot food from a place like this. There really is a lot of depth to this game. It's pretty amazing. And again, all the staff at the bar all have homes. They all have names. They all have telephone numbers. And you can find all that information out for any character that's in this game. It's amazing. It's fantastic. So here I'm looking for more jobs to see what I want next. There's quite a few listed. I'm trying to avoid games that involve stealing or finding stolen items like this one. I've been avoiding them in the past because I had a couple of problems, but I've decided to try it again. Maybe I'd done something wrong the last time. So this one says I've got to phone a number in order to take the job. Looks like someone's lost a bottle of wine and they're asking me to investigate where it's gone. So they want me to go to their house and start my investigation. So I've now got a new folder called Stolen Item. It's a new quest, I guess you would call it, or investigation. And I'm heading towards their address now. But again, as I mentioned, it's a good idea when possible to eat and drink, otherwise your character will complain. If you go without water, he complains of thirst and he starts moving slower. If you go hungry, you start to lose health. So I buy some food, I buy a drink, I hold the hamburger, and I start eating it. It doesn't happen instantly, you have to sit there and eat it. The immersion is really great. Now my character wasn't hungry when I started eating and drinking here, but I was predicting that, you know, within the next 5 or 10 minutes he might be. And on the left hand corner I've got some buffs. I'm now energized, focused and hydrated. I'm moving faster. and I'm not going to suffer from cold as quickly. Okay, something important happened there. I think I'll jump back. So there, the scanner's kicking off, and it's telling me there's been a new murder case. And if I want, I can go and investigate. It's 601... What's that? Jacques Terrace? And the arrow is immediately now pointing towards that location, which just happens to be nearby, just around the corner. So I know it's the 9th floor. So I take the elevator. There's absolutely no need to run up all those stairs. So the stolen items mission is basically on hold. We're going to go take a look at the murder. The idea is that you investigate murders as quickly as you can, because if you don't, there's a chance they'll turn into a serial murderer. They'll basically start committing more crimes through the city. So I'm going to stop it here, guys. In the next episode, I'll start investigating this murder and let's see if we can figure it out. But yeah, this game is really great, guys. I'll be going back to Demonologist as soon as the next update happens, but apparently that's not due out for another week or so. So yeah, Shadows of Doubt. It's really great. Loving it. I hope to bring you more of its content soon. Thanks very much.